This time, our investigation is concerned with guns, bullets, triggers, and shooting altogether. Thank you for coming. My name is Luciful, and I am a private word investigator. 1. I found them with verbs. To jump the gun, to stick to your guns, to put a gun to one's head, to call right shotgun. I found guns with nouns and adjectives. A smoking gun, son of a gun. And 3, gun can be a verb. Let's look at them one by one and find out what they mean and how they can be used in sentences. 1. To jump the gun. It means to do something too soon, to start something before it is permissible, appropriate, or advisable. The origin? This idiom refers to an athlete in a race who starts running before the starter has fired the gun. How about going out to celebrate? I haven't got the job yet, so let's not jump the gun. The second expression is to stick to your guns. It alludes to a soldier remaining and firing their guns at an enemy, even when the situation might be dangerous or hopeless. It means to remain determined, resolute, or steadfast in one's opinion, belief, or perspective, to refuse to be persuaded by someone else into believing or doing something one does not agree with. Example sentence: I'll stick to my guns on this matter. I'm sure I'm right. The third expression is to put a gun to one's head. It means to force or pressure someone to do something. For example, Christina, you don't have to move if you don't want to. No one's putting a gun to your head. Expression number 4, to call ride shotgun. It means to verbally claim the ability to ride in the front passenger seat of a car. It is an allusion to stagecoaches in 19th century America, which were often protected from outlaws by someone who sat wielding a shotgun next to the driver. 5. A smoking gun. Indisputably incriminating evidence. Likened to a gun that is still smoking after having been fired. When you come across a gun in an expression, you have to be careful, as it can be loaded with an unexpected meaning, like in the expression son of a gun, where a gun seems to mean, well, a female dog. Why? It reminds of another expression which starts with son of a, but there is no gun in it. Somehow the one without a gun is more explosive. Well, but what does it mean? 1. A mean or unpleasant man. 2. It can be an emphatic expression of affection for a man one considers daring, mischievous, or tough. Or it can mean an inanimate object that is problematic. And the last expression here is to gun it, where gun is a verb. It means to accelerate or increase speed suddenly or rapidly. Okay, I've got the cash, now gun it and get us out of here. Now I've got some examples to show you.
You're right. I owe you a real breakup call. I'll call you tomorrow.
Good. So you're gonna go home?
Why should I have to go home? You know, there's every chance Robin's the woman I'm gonna marry.
Ted.
It could happen. And so really, what's it gonna matter in 50 years if I jump the gun by one night? Look, I know this is a moral gray area, but it's Robin.
He wants to jump the gun. He wants to sleep with Robin, the girl of his dreams, before breaking up with his present girlfriend. The girl he is talking to in this clip is his girlfriend, but she isn't really there. He is just talking to her in his head.
But you don't have sex with her either.
Slick, huh?
To be truthful, Emily and I haven't dated that long, and we never agreed to be exclusive to each other.
Have you had intercourse?
No.
Well, stick to your guns. There'll be a lot of pressure.
Sheldon tells Raj to stick to his guns, namely, not to change his mind about not having intercourse with Emily. Well, he doesn't understand a thing, does he?
Did you hear me?
He doesn't just have a gun to my head, okay? He's got one to my brother.
And how many times have you told me that when someone has a gun to your head, you figure a different way
This
out?
is Charles Forsman. There is no other way out.
Harvey, did
I
you get-
gave you a job to do, now do your goddamn job.
Forsman didn't literally have a gun to Harvey's or his brother's head. He just had something he used against them so that they did what he had wanted them to do.
A new car.
Ted, this is New York City. You're never gonna drive it. This is a really, really stupid purchase, and I'm sorry, but none of us can support it. Shotgun for eternity.
You can't call Shotgun for Eternity.
I just called it.
Barney called Shotgun for Eternity, which means he's always going to sit in the passenger seat. Robin tells him it doesn't work this way, but he insists it does.
I don't care what it takes. We need to get to that smoking gun before Katrina does.
She already found it.
Mike doesn't want Katerina to find out about something uncomfortable for them, but she already has.
Wait, Mr. Keller.
Yeah, Fred. What? Son of a gun. All right. I'll be right there.
Mr. Keller.
I gotta go.
He used the expression son of a gun as he didn't want to use its stronger version in front of the girl.
How did that even happen?
Here's how it happened.
Okay, he's in. Go, got it.
Teddy's in the way.
Run him over.
Running him over.
No, Lily, what the hell is the matter with you?
Nothing, I just want to win this really badly.
Lily basically tells the driver to hurry up. Part 2. Bullets. Let's take a closer look at some bullets. I mean, expressions with bullets. 1. To bite the bullet. 2. To dodge the bullet. 3. To take the bullet for someone. And 4. A silver bullet. Now let's take a closer look at all the expressions with a bullet. 1. To bite the bullet. To face a painful situation bravely and stoically. If you bite the bullet, you accept a difficult situation or force yourself to do something unpleasant. The phrase is thought to have come from the military, perhaps because biting a bullet was a common practice for patients due to a lack of anesthesia. Example: I don't actually enjoy cleaning, but I bite the bullet and do it so that everything in my house isn't covered in a thick layer of dust. 2. To dodge the bullet. To narrowly avoid something or some situation that turns out to be undesirable, disastrous, dangerous, or otherwise harmful. Example: I feel sick. It must be the salad I ordered. It wasn't very fresh. I wanted to order it as well, but changed my mind. I really dodged the bullet. 3. To take the bullet for someone, to take one for the team. To accept or put oneself in the way of some misfortune, difficulty, blame, or danger as a means of protecting someone else. Literally, to jump in front of and absorb the impact of a bullet from a gun being fired at someone else. I don't know why you always feel like you have to take the bullet for your bosses when they screw up. 4. A silver bullet. Something that provides an immediate and extremely effective solution to a given problem or difficulty, especially one that is normally very complex or hard to resolve. The phrase is almost always used in a statement that such a solution does not exist. Let us watch some examples.
Honey, you have to relax because it's just a date and sometimes dates don't go well. I mean, I'm sorry I can't be of more help, but if he comes back and you're on the phone, it might make things more awkward.
Bite the bullet, huh?
Yeah, sorry, but yeah.
Okay, I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Rory should face the fact that her date is not the best one. No big deal, it happens.
I know this is turning into a bit of a disaster, but believe me, it's better than the alternative.
You throwing a big free party with lots of booze and food and all your single desperate girlfriends from college? Yeah, glad we dodged that bullet.
Barney is being sarcastic. Lily and Marshall's wedding reception isn't a bullet to be dodged.
That's kind of how I feel when I begrudgingly have sex with you and I'm really tired.
Exactly. Sometimes you gotta take one for the team.
In other words, sometimes you have to sacrifice.
I pushed myself too much. It's my fault. It was for you. See how close I could get if I could find something, a silver bullet. To prove it, I was still useful.
Doug wanted to find a silver bullet, a solution to the president's problems, to prove himself useful. Part 3. Expressions with shoot and shot. Let me divide the expressions into two groups, one with shoot and two with shot. Expressions with shoot. 1. To shoot oneself in the foot. 2. Shoot! Exclamation. 3. Don't shoot the messenger. 4. Shoot the breeze. Expressions with shot. 5. A long shot. 6. To give something a shot. 7. To call the shots. And 8. To have a shot at. 1. To shoot oneself in the foot. To damage or impede one's own plans, progress, or actions through foolish actions or words. Example: he'd have a real shot at winning the election if he didn't keep shooting himself in the foot with such inflammatory remarks. By the way, to have a shot at something means to have a chance to achieve, attain, or have success in something. 2. Shoot. A mild exclamation of anger, annoyance, regret, or disgust about something. Oh shoot, that was supposed to be a surprise for your birthday. 3. Don't shoot the messenger. Don't get angry at or punish someone who is simply delivering bad or undesirable news, as they are not responsible for it. 4. To shoot the breeze. To spend time talking about things that are not important. Example sentence: we sat on the beach until late at night, just shooting the breeze. 5. A long shot. Something that has a very small chance of succeeding. I know it's a long shot because of his busy schedule, but maybe he will find time to meet me. 6. To give something a shot. To try something, often for the first time, as a means of forming an opinion about it. Do you want to try driving my car to see how you like it? Yeah, sure, I'll give it a shot. 7. To call the shots. To decide on the course of action, to be in charge. Is the military really the power behind the president now? Who really calls the shots? Let's watch some examples.
Your wife, she covered for you. Maud, I know you want to get back to Timothy. I'll whiz through things as quickly as I can.
Oh, please don't rush things on my account, Mr. Entwistle.
So realizing that you had, as you say, shot yourself in the foot, you decided to try to put right your mistake.
That's ridiculous. I'm an invalid.
Are you?
Booth has clearance.
They said murder hasn't been proven.
Proven? The Jeffersonian has more than enough evidence to get a warrant. Did you show him the file?
Don't shoot the messenger, Sheriff. I tried everything, but each judge booted little old me out of their chambers within 5 minutes.
Who controls 3 different...
According to your testimony, your words on that tape are tantamount to you just hanging with the cool kids, shooting the breeze, killing time.
Yes. He's going to want to help us even less than Stu.
If you want me to make Stu take the hit for all of us, the least you can do is give it a shot with KM.
And you should know, I was offered a job, I turned it down, and it was going to stay turned down until you made it crystal clear that you don't respect me.
What I made clear is that I call the shots. And if you don't see how that helps you in the long run...
Screw the long run.
Long story short, I'm rich.
You're rich.
Ridiculously. I mean, I'm not Bill Gates by a long shot, but I've got money. Can you stand it?
Good, Chris. That's good.
And I want to share it. I've set Gigi.
The last part, part 4, is about the expressions with trigger. 1. To trigger. 2. To pull the trigger. 3. Trigger happy. And 4. trigger as an adjective in expressions like trigger word, trigger finger, trigger warning. Trigger, in its primary meaning, is a part of a gun that causes the gun to fire when pressed, but it also means an event or situation, etc., that causes something to start. For example, there are fears that the incident may be a trigger for more violence in the capital. 1. To trigger. It means to cause something to start. Some people find that certain foods trigger their headaches. Meaning number 2, to cause a strong emotional reaction of fear, shock, anger or worry in someone, especially because they are made to remember something bad that has happened in the past. She could be triggered by a loud noise. 2. To pull the trigger. It means to make a final decision or commit to a certain course of action about something. For example, if we don't pull the trigger on this deal, then we might never get the chance again. 3. Trigger happy. Someone who is trigger happy often uses his or her gun shooting with very little reason. Some have accused the police of being trigger happy. And 4. Trigger as an adjective. A trigger word, a word which causes a certain reaction. A trigger finger, the index finger, the one you pull the trigger with. A trigger warning, a statement at the start of a piece of writing, video, etc., alerting the reader or viewer to the fact that it contains potentially distressing material. Let's watch some examples.
You know what you could make us do? Ice skating. The cold air will trigger Leonard's asthma, and it plays right into my well-known fear of getting flattened by a Zamboni.
Now you're helping them find ways to make us miserable?
I'm sorry, Leonard. I'm a problem solver. It's what I do.
Is that our new logo? I like it. It's clean and elegant, but not without some danger.
Gentlemen, welcome. I moved away from the flute playing guy. I don't know if you guys realized it, but that was a little phallic. I didn't want to waste your time with it, so I just pulled the trigger. Mary Shibley did this.
Well, then we need to hurry, Sean, because Trout is trigger happy and in rare form. We have to stall him from going down there.
Okay, but nobody likes a nag, Jules.
Do you remember anything?
I don't, but I think Donna might have said a trigger word that caused me to hurt Jughead.
A trigger word? Like the kind they used at the farm?
That's it, ladies and gentlemen. I think we can call it a day. And your task now will be to find yourselves a gun, some bullets, go trigger happy and shoot the breeze.